How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video here at ScrubGames, and today we have another episode of Previously in DBS, going on to the 47th episode, where we go over the week's news in one juicy video at the end of the week. So rather than scrambling around every day looking at all the different spoilers, you get more in one video where I go over them and kind of talk about them a bit as well. And this goes for all the news, even including the ScrubGames Webcam Locals results as well, added at the end. So, with this week, we started getting the spoilers for the Zenkai Series first set, being set 18, where last week we got to see the trailer and stuff with the new mechanic and explained a bit about how it works. And we also, over the weekend, got the starter deck reveals. So we've got some starter deck reveals and some spoilers like promos we get in the starter decks. So we had a little bit, and now this week we started the main series set. And this week it was green because that's what was shown. Some of these cards were shown at San Diego Comic Con, so you want to show more of all the cards that were revealed in better quality, and then go on to the rest of them. So this week we got green, and the nice thing about this set is like every color is a different series of Dragon Ball. So you got red is Dragon Ball GT, you got blue is Dragon Ball Z with the Otherworld tournament, which is fantastic, even though it's called Anotherworld Budokai. But it's cool to finally getting the Otherworld tournament stuff in the game. And then you got green is Dragon Ball, yellow is the special and Dragon Ball Super because it's got Barlock and Piccolo, and then you got black being the Super Dragon Ball Heroes stuff. So like every color is a different series of Dragon Ball. So with the green stuff we get the Dragon Ball stuff, and with most colors you get the hero side and the villain side, so we're going to check that out and see what the spoilers are. But before we do, I do want to give a shout out to Duke's Gaming for sponsoring the webcam locals as well, giving some prizing so people have something to play for in our first place, and giving everybody a chance to win a winner stamp SSG trunks as well. So if you want to join those, they're every Friday starting at 7 BST, so it's just British Standard Time. And yeah, just play with webcams, join a Discord, which is links down below, and do check out Duke's Gaming if you're from the UK for all your TCG needs. Great shop, great owner, and great place. And also, as well as that, I do want to shout out to DBS Deck Planet for being the best and only deck builder in the game, having a great versatile website that is just always being improved upon by a great team, and also so many great functions being able to build your deck and then take it to Untap by exporting it to test it out. And then even if if you feel happy with it and take it to a tournament, you can print out the deck list by using the feature they have on there. So rather than write out all the names tediously, you can just have it printed off ready for you. So shout out to them. And lastly, feel free to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. It keeps you updated with my videos as when they drop, and as well as that, it helps me get to my goal of 1,000 subs. And we're currently hit 400, which is a nice milestone for me. And that's triggered a giveaway which goes on until the end of August for a chance to win a premium set of the Zenkai Series, which is nice with like a little Vegix promo in it as well. So if you want to check that out, go on to the video, which should probably be linked at the end of it in this video, to see what you need to do to enter that. And as well as that, like the video if you do enjoy it, because I do like doing a series, and if you like the series, just always give it a like. And also comment down below if there's anything I got wrong or anything you want to comment on or anything you want me to do on the channel. I'll try my best to do it. So without further ado, let's get into the spoilers for this week. So starting off, we go with the Green Roshi being a turtle skull. That's a nice new special trait that's been added to the game for this, which is cool. And Master Roshi is a green 10k leader, where with an auto of when it's placed in your leader area, activate up to one Master Roshi's training from your deck. So that's one of those kind of leads where they start off with a fill card, and the Master Roshi's training is the fill card you see on the screen. And also has another auto where when it attacks a leader or a unison, you draw one card and add up to one card from your life to your hand. So that's interesting. Like, it's better than some of the other ones we've had where it's just attack a leader to draw a card. This actually has built-in self-awakening, which is much appreciated. And the fact that you have to attack your leader or unison means you can't really control your opponent's battle cards with the lead, but at least you get to swing at two different things, leader or unison, so you're not just going to the leader. And drawing a card, taking a life means you're getting 2 cards a turn and can awaken quicker. Because the awakening is when your life is at 4 or less, or if you have 3 or more turtle skull cards with energy cost of 3 or more in play, draw 2 cards and then you flip it over. And remember now with the text being cleaned up a little bit on these cards now, well, at least with this set, so you get things like if it mentions about an extra card, it just calls it extra now, and the Awaken doesn't have the text about flipping over because that's basically in the mechanic now. So the whole thing with Awaken is knowing that if you're triggering Awaken, you're trying to flip your leader over, and the text you read, the text next to it, is essentially the requirement to be able to trigger that, and what you do when you do trigger that. Which in this case has been at 4 or less life, or having 3 or more turtle school cards, which cost 3 or more in play. You then draw 2 and flip over. It's nice to see the tidying it up. Then when you do flip over, you're now not just Master Roshi, but you're Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, and Master Roshi, and you're reunited. So you have all those characters in your character trait, and then you've got multiple special traits of a Saiyan, Earthling, World Tournament, and Turtle School. So you got all those nice ones, and it's nice having some of those names because, like with Goku, being a green Goku leader now on the front side, you now have access to things like Feet Kamehameha. And now your auto is when this card attacks, draw one card and use up to 1 green Turtle School card with 5k combo power from your drop in the combo with skills to get for the turn. Now this is great because now you're just swinging the draw card, but you're not technically just a 15k leader now. So when you attack, you're more like a 20k leader because you've got a combo, and it's a free combo as well because it's from your drop. And this is nice because it's also influences the new mechanic being Z energy, so it's a great way to charge your Z energy by just swinging, comboing with a card from your drop. And if you don't know how Z energy is charged, it's essentially when you enter combat, either attacking or defending, when you like at the end of a battle, after you can choose one of the cards you comboed with, so you got at least combo one card. You can choose one of the cards you combo with and place it in your Z energy, and that's once per battle. So you can activate it many times throughout the turn, but it's once per battle. So if you combo one card, you can charge that once your Z energy or put it in your drop. Or if you combo 2 or more, you can choose up to only one of them and put it in there. So you can't combo multiple in one swing and then put more energy. It's one combo can go into your Z energy per battle. So this is nice that you can just swing, go up to 20k swing, drawing a card, and then charge that card from your drop to your Z energy. And then it has an activate battle, which is technically one use thing because the cost of it is to choose one of your Master Roshi's training in your battle area and place it in this drop area. So it means sacrificing your field card. And then for each Turtle School card with a different character name in your Z energy, this card gains 5k power and double strike for the battle. So you get extra 5k power for extra 5k power for each of the Turtle School in there. So you can, if you got all 3 of them, you got Krillin, Goku, and Yamcha, you get an extra 15k, and you get double strike as well. So you can be a 30k double strike as well. And if you chuck on Feet Kamehameha, you can be a 45k 45k double strike critical swing, which is quite interesting. And then the field card is I've seen a lot of memes about it being the unerrated version of the Invaders one for King Vegeta, because it's a 3-cost field card with 2 activate mains, both once per turn. First one is place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck. You get to play up to 1 green Turtle School card with entry cost of 1 from your deck, then shuffle your deck. And you get the skills of the cards as well, because it doesn't say which skills negated, and most of these won't drop stage draw a card or do a search. And then the ever activate main is once per turn. Play up to 2 Turtle School cards with entry cost of 1 from your deck and or drop in your opponent's battle area in rest mode, then with the skills negated for the turn. Then shuffle your deck if you look through it. You can't play non-World Tournament or non-Turtle School cards for the turn. So that means unless the card you're playing after you're activating the skill has World Tournament or Turtle School in its special trait, you can't play it. But that's only for the turn. That's quite interesting. You might be wondering why you're going to put 2 in your opponent's battle area. Well, we'll see that when we get to it, because some of them require to attack battle cards and KO them to trigger things. So here's the 1-drops we get that we can play mainly off the field card to trigger the filter. We got Krillin. They're all training begins as trainings begin. So training's beginning. We got Krillin, Goku, and Yamcha. So they all have a permanent where they can't be KO'd by skills. So if you wanted to use these with your Barlock Paternal Unison, sadly you're not going to get this guy because you can't KO them, because it's not by it's by skills. So it means neither you or your opponent can KO them by skills. And they all have a effect for when they're played, and they have the second auto is the same. But when the card is used in the combo from your battle area, it gets minus 4k combo power for the battle. So the first alters for each of them. So we've got Krillin, just a cantrip. When it's played, draw a card. So you replace. At least the good thing is where you have to bottom deck a card from your hand for the fill card to play from your deck. You then replace it by these first autos. So Krillin, draw your card. Then Goku is when it plays, you look at the top 3 cards of your deck, add up to 1 green Turtle Skull card among them to your hand, then place the remaining at the bottom of your deck in any order. And then Yamcha is when this card is played, look at the top 5 cards from your deck to add up to 1 green Turtle Skull card with entry cost of 5 or less among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So the interesting thing about this is Krillin just draws and guaranteeing you a draw. So Goku looks at top 3, but for any green Turtle Skull card, and Yamcha looks at top 5 for any green Turtle Skull card, which costs 5 or less among them. Now that is relevant because there are some that are 6 cost that Yamcha can't find, but Goku can. But then Goku looks at less, whereas Yamcha looks at just 2 more. So these are quite interesting and nice ways to just get these out from the deck, which is always good. And then the ones that you can go up further into are the skills improved. So we've got Krillin, Goku, and Yamcha, all skills improved. They're all 20k, so they've boosted up quite a bit after a bit of training, and they've all got different skills. And they also have like kind of similar for like autos, but a little bit of a difference in how you trigger them. So Krillin is a 5 cost 20k with critical and dual attack, with both autos being limit 1. The first one having a cost of 1 green, and if you have 3 or more energy and you choose one of your green Turtle Skull Krillin childhood cards, winning the energy cost of 1 and placing your drop area, that's all the cost. And what happens is when one of your battle cards attacks and KOs an opponent's battle card, play this card from your hand. So that's how you're going to want to trigger this is why you want to play battle cards in your opponent's battle area, because you want to swing into them, KO them, and trigger these autos. And you also need to have the everyone drop on board as well to get rid of. And that's why. So if your opponent doesn't have a battle card to swing into and KO, then you're going to put some on their board. And the ever auto is limit 1. When this card is in battle, when your opponent activates a counter skill, they discard 1 card from the hand. And being a dual attack, critical attack, mainly your opponent's going to want to try and stop this from connecting. Otherwise they got a combo out of it. So that's pretty nice. And then these two, Yamcha and Goku, are both 3 cost 20ks. And Goku's, I think they all have the same. Well, they almost have the same kind of thing. Yeah, Goku and Yamcha have the same kind of thing where auto limit 1 for 1 green. If you choose one of your green Turtle Skull cards of the same character, being Goku for Goku and Yamcha for Yamcha, will eventually cost a 1 and place it in his drop area. When one of your cards attacks and KOs opponent's battle card, you draw 1 card and then play this card from your hand. So these two get to draw a card when they're played, whereas Krillin doesn't. And then the second auto on Goku is limit 1. When this card attacks and kills a battle card, switch this card to active mode and your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. That's quite cool. So you get 2 attacks of it, so it's technically dual attacker, and you make him discard 1. And in Yamcha's is when this card attacks and KOs a battle card, switch this card to active mode, then choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with entry cost of 5 or less and KO it. So that's quite interesting, so extra removal. So that's quite cool. And then they do go even further with the Son Goku Fated Rival and Piccolo Junior Fated Rival. So these are the SRs that you can play Roshi, but you technically play these in both Roshi and the Piccolo. So these are the 2 SRs for the green that can go in both decks together. So Goku is a 6 cost 30k with double strike and barrier. Does have an evolved skill of 3 on top of a childhood Goku with entry cost of 3 or more. And its auto is when if your lead is green. That's it. When this card is played, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignore barrier and KO it. So that's a nice bit of barrier removal, which really every deck should have. So and since this is quite easy to play in any deck, so it is usable in any green lead, so they're never a good generic green card. And the activate main to play it cheaper than its 6 energy cost is by paying 2 green. If your opponent has 3 or more energy and you place one of your Saiyan, Earthling or Namekian cards, all green, from your Z energy at the bottom of his owner's deck, you play this card from your hand. So essentially, once your opponent hits 3 or more energy for 2 green and by playing either a Saiyan, Earthling or Namekian from your Z energy, that's green to the bottom of your deck, you get to play this card from your hand. So that's really easy to trigger, and that's fantastic to get just the player 30k double striker that has barrier and KO one of your opponent's cards through barrier is fantastic. And being 0 cost 5k combos, it means these cards aren't dead in your hand. Then the card to partner with it is Piccolo Junior Fated Rival, which is a 25k 6 cost with dual attack and evolve for 2 on top of a Piccolo Junior energy cost of 3 or more. So you can evolve this on top of a thing like Eradicator Piece. It also has an auto where if your leader card is green, that's it. When this card attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from your hand. So that's not once per turn, and it's got dual attack, so twice it's swinging. So you're getting this, making them discard 2 while threatening a 25k swing twice, which is cool. And the way you play this for cheap does involve having Goku on board, because of active main limit 1 for 1 green. If you have a Son Goku Fated Rival in play, which is going to be hard to stop unless you stop it from being played with a counter play, you get to play this card from your hand, then choose up to one of your opponent's unisons and remove 1 marker from it for each card in your Z energy. So the good thing about that is if you have multiple, if you have like 4 Z energy, you're going to put in 1 back. Just put in 1 back with Goku Fated Rival to play it, and then playing the Piccolo out to then remove 3 markers from your opponent's unison, which is fantastic. This combination is pretty nice. Or even then you can swing the if you've only got like 2 in your Z energy, you can at least drop the Goku, push this into your unison because it's got barrier and double strike, and then play this Goku Junior to finish it off. It's really nice. It's a really nice combo and generic for green as well. And then we go on to the King Piccolo stuff. So King Piccolo in this archetype gets a Z leader, which is interesting, and this is more like a spam board go wide strategy. So it starts with King Piccolo with an auto of add 1 card from your life to your hand, that's the cost. When this card attacks, you draw 1 card and play up to 1 green demon clown with energy cost of 2 and 10k power from your hand. So that's cool, is you get to take a life, draw cards similar to Roshi, and you don't have to take a life if you the attack gets negated, but you're normally going to want to, and you get to play you get free play something out. Free play is normally quite strong. No matter what, really, you can get, it depends on the card you play, but that's quite cool to be able to play something cheap as well. And we got some old green Demon Clan cards from set 4, I think it was, that I could potentially pair with this, so you can get some old cards that can help support it. And its Awaken is when your life is a 4 or less, or you have 3 or more Demon Clan cards with energy cost of 2 or more in play, so it seems a little bit easier to pull this off than it does with Roshi. You may draw 1 card and switch up to 1 energy to active mode, so mid-range Awakening of draw 1, untap 1. Then you become King Piccolo, World Conquest awaits. You now have a permanent where one of your Namekian or Demon Clan cards would be KO'd by an opponent's skill. You can place 1 Demon Clan card from your Z energy and you drop instead. So this is a nice way where if you're not using your Z energy for any Z battle card, you can use it to protect your board, which is fantastic. That's really strong. Then we have the auto of when this card attacks, you draw 1 card, then you play up to 1 Piccolo Junior or Demon Clan card, both green with energy cost of 3 or less, and 15k power less from your hand. Now this is a good point because the 15k or less means you can't play Eradicator Piece. It would be so strong if you play Eradicator Piece to drop that out and then swing Alliance and put a lot of pressure on that way. That is pretty nice. So now you become a card where you just attack, you still draw, then you get a free play one of your Demon Clan out, between 3 or less, 50k power or less from your hand. That's pretty cool. But then when you get to 2 or less life, you then get the chance to Z Awaken, and if you don't know how it triggers Z Awaken, you essentially have to pay 2 Z energy, as shown at the bottom, just under Z Awaken. You got the stack of cards for 2, so you have to send 2 cards, any 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop area, and fulfill the conditions in Z Awakening, which is when your life is at 2 or less, and there are 1 or more King Piccolo cards in your drop. Green King, you can evolve this Z Awaken this on top of green King Piccolo or green Piccolo Junior leader. And remember, your leader needs to be awakened for you to basically trigger Z Awaken as well. So you can't get the 2 on the front side and Z Awaken, you have to be awakened already. And now you no longer really have Drool anymore. That's gone. But now you have a permanent where if your leader, your green Namekian and green Demon Clan cards gain 5 character power, and because it says just green cards, green Namekian or green Demon cards, and this Piccolo Junior is a green Namekian lead, it boosts itself, so it's technically a 20k lead. And you also have a permanent where if a King Piccolo card is in your Z energy, this card also gains another 5k power and critical during your turn. So if you have a King Piccolo card in your Z energy, this becomes a 25k critical attack on swing, which is actually really nice. And it's at least a 20k defensively because the first permanent. And now you have the activate main of just once per turn play up to one green Demon Clan card when she goes to 3 or less from your hand. Now you're not playing a free Piccolo Junior anymore, it's just Demon Clan, so that's something. But it just isn't. You're probably going to want to Z-Awaken after you swing with your Awaken lead, because then you can get the draw and free play, and then Z-Awaken, which doesn't require any energy, just the energy, and then playing everyone for free from your hand, which is pretty cool. And then support for this, we got some 1-drops and a unison of the set. So we got Piano, Faithful Aid. So Piano isn't the same as what it was in green. It's now just a 1-drop 5k, which when it's played, you look at the 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Namekian or Demon Clan card, both green with energy cost of 4 or less, or 1 green unison with a specified cost of 2 among them to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So it's like a nice little searcher, like how King Piccolo was for red. And now King Piccolo is in this archetype, how Piano was for red, because now it's King Piccolo Seal Undone, a 4k with barrier, so it's got barrier instead of that permanent that Piano had in red. So you have 2 autos. First one is if you have a Demon Clan card in your battle area, when this card is played from your hand, you draw 1 card. So you kind of want to play a Demon Clan before you play this card, so you can get that draw. And now the other auto is limit 1 if your leader card is a green King Piccolo card. When you play a green Demon Clan card with an energy cost of 2 or more using a skill, you draw 1 card and add 1 card from your life to your hand. So this helps you awaken quicker if you want to by going down to 4 if you want to. And it works with your lead, but if you Z-Awaken, it will no longer work because your leader will no longer be a green King Piccolo, it will be a Piccolo Junior. And then the unison in the set, the other unison we get in this set is Piccolo, Guardian of Earth, which is an auto. Once per turn, if you have 1 or more Z energy, when an opponent's battle card is KO'd, it gets 5k power for the turn. That's pretty nice. And it has 2 marker skills, a +1 and a -1. First one is a +1, which is just activate main, draw 1 card. It's nice, we finally get one for green, so that's just going straight in the cube. And this is a really good unison because it's got 2 useful effects. You have a +1, like I just said, to draw 1, or your -1 to give this unison dual attack for the turn. So essentially you can play it and +1 to go to 3 markers and have enough markers to then gain a new card and swing with it. Or if you just want to put more pressure on, you can pay to play this -1 to then have 2 attacks for 15k for 2 energy, which is not too bad, really. That's actually really nice unison. And if you do KO, if you have 1 or more Z energy and you do KO when you opponent's battle cards, it becomes a 20k for the turn, which is pretty good. And then some of the Demon Clans you can play off your lead in the archetype come with it. You get Tambourine, Cymbal, and Drum, all demonic subordinates. So Tambourine has 2 autos. First one requires you to pay 1 green, which is when it's played, draw 1 card. That's not too bad, so you can free play it, but then still pay 1 green to get a draw. And then its other autos, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. So you get a bit of removal there when you play it. Then you have Cymbal. This one has an auto where when this card attacks, you choose 2 Demon Clan cards in your battle area and they get 5k power for the turn. So it helps the whole go wide strategy and boosting up. And because it says choose up to 2 Demon Clan cards, not 2 other ones, you get the boost itself. So if you get Tambourine out and Cymbal out, you can then boost both him itself and the Tambourine as well. And also there's another auto which is like a built-in archetype Champa, where by paying 1, if your leader card is a King Piccolo card, when this card is used in a combo, you get to choose up to 1 of your leaders and it gains double strike for the battle. So that's quite nice. But remember, it says if your leader is King Piccolo, so this doesn't work if you do Z-Awaken your lead because it's now a Piccolo Junior. And then we have the drum, which you can only really free play from your lead when it's awakened. It's got blocker, so blocker just like the red drum. Like the drum seems to be strong in the archetypes. It's got 2 autos. First one is when this card is played, you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards to KO it, so no energy costs like Tambourine has. Just play it, pop your opponent's battle card, and its blocker as well, which is pretty cool. And then another auto, when it's placed in a drop area from your Z energy, you remove it from the game. And that's relevant because of an active battle, which is limit 1. If your leader card is a green King Piccolo or Piccolo Junior with an original energy power of 15k, you use this card in a combo from your drop area, and at the end of the battle, send this card from your drop to your warp. So this is relevant because while this is in your drop, once per turn, you can use one of them in your drop as a free combo, 20k, and then avoid the warp from drop and end the battle by then charging to your Z energy after you combo by using this to put in your Z energy, which is pretty good. But then when you do, and just leave your Z energy, it is removed from the game. So that's quite cool. So if it once it's dead in your drop, you can use its free combo power to make this like really nice synergetic part of the deck. Then we have the last few ever King Piccolo bits. We have Piccolo Junior, Vengeance Reborn. This is the free cost 15k barrier card. With a counter attack, that's limit 1, so meaning you can activate it once per turn across all copies of the card. If your leader card is a green King Piccolo or green Piccolo Junior card, you can negate this card and negate the attack player's card. And now the permanent allows it played for cheap, because when your life's at 3 or less, or you have a King if your life is at 3 or less and you have a King Piccolo or Demon Clan card, both green and with energy cost 2 or more in your battle area, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand without paying its energy costs. So it's kind of like how the old red one was, a free negate, but you can have a few more restrictions than the red one. And then we got King Piccolo, newly youthful Conqueror. It's got an evolve for 1 on top of any King Piccolo card. It's a 4 cost 20k, and it's got 2 other skills, both limit 1. The first one is a way to play it for cheap by paying 1 green if your leader card is a green King Piccolo card and you have 2 or more energy. When you play a Demon Clan card using a skill, you get to play this card from your hand, so that's pretty cool. And then the other auto is limit 1 when this card attacks, switch this card to active mode and choose up to 2 green Demon Clan cards in your battle area, and they gain 5k power for the turn. So kind of similar to the symbol, but this gets to resand itself as well as give a boost. So this really supports a go-wide strategy for green, which is a really nice thing. And then we have the next card for it, a demon is born. This is a 2 cost counter attack where you negate the attack and play up to 1 red or green Demon Clan card with entry cost of 3 or less from your drop area with skills to get for the turn. So you can technically chuck in one of those drums from red in this to go off this, because then when the turn passes, it didn't have barrier and blocker. And also it has a permanent to make it cheaper to play by, if your leader card is a King Piccolo card and you have 3 or more Z energy, you can activate this card's counter skill from your hand by paying 1 instead of its energy cost. So it doesn't make it free, just makes it so you can just pay 1 of any color to pay the energy cost if your leader card is if your leader card is a King Piccolo card and you have 3 or more Z energy. That's pretty interesting and it's pretty nice as well. Then we go on to Evergreen Support. So now we have a new Chaozu 1-drops to go for the Tien deck, giving you a 1 cost 10k skillless, so that's pretty cool. I think that's a bit of a nice buff to Tien. Then you have a Never Tien super combo. I don't know how many super combos Tien has in green, but I think he might have up to 4. I'm not sure. I know there's at least 2 or 3. But yeah, Tien gets a Never super version of itself as a super combo in green, which is a standard 4 or less life using the combo draw 1 super combo and having the Earthling World Tournament special traits. And then we have Chi Chi Promise Fulfilled. So this is a 2 cost 5k counterplay, and it's an interesting kind of counterplay because it's a counterplay that triggers what's on board, not in hand. Because if your leader card is a Son Goku card and you place this card in its owner's drop area, if the battle card being played is energy cost 2 or less, place it in its owner's drop area instead. So it's quite cool how it's a counterplay from the battle area instead of the hand. It also has a permanent where if your leader card is a green Turtle Skull card, you can reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1, so that reduces the power for the Roshi lead. And it also has an auto when it's played, look at the top 7 cards in your deck, add it to 1 green Son Goku cards among them, and add them to your hand, and then shuffle your deck. So there's a Goku searcher which goes in theme with how Chi Chi is. So that's quite cool, interesting, and World Tournament means you can use it in other World Tournament decks as well, which is nice. Then we have the Evergreen Support. We've got the Urine Crane School Witchcraft Master, a unison with Empower 4 and 1 cost specified as well. So it goes well with it can go in with cooler and stuff like that. So it's got an auto where if it has 5 or more markers, when this card is played, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and KO it, which works well with the fact it's got Empower 4. And it's got 2 marker skill. It's got a +2 and a -4. The +2 is choose up to 1 of your green battle cards with energy cost 2 or less, and give it a 5k power boost for the turn. That's not too bad. And then the activate main is choose up to 1 of your green leaders and give it 5k power and double strength for the turn. So that's not too bad either. That's quite a decent one. So that could be quite interesting with Caller, because it's got a pop effect to empower and keep the markers really high. A +2 as well. It doesn't, you're not going to be swinging with it, but then you can give one of your battle cards a 5k boost, and then or just -4 to make your leader a finisher with a 5k double strike, which is free essentially. But it's not activate. It'd be nice if it's activated battle, so you could swing with lead to swing with Piccolo Lead to draw to play it, to empower over it, draw a card from the leader's effect, and well to when you replace a unison, and then go -4 activate battle to get 5k double strike and go in on a leader swing. That would be quite interesting, but it's not exactly main. And then we've got Pilaf's Shoe and my Madcap Miscalculations. This is technically a bit of support for King Piccolo, because his effect is also, if your leader is a green King Piccolo card, when this card played, you get to choose one or two effects. You either play up to one green King Piccolo card with energy cost of 1 from your deck and place it in his drop area. Place this card in his drop area and shuffle your deck, or you just simply draw a card. That's it. It's not amazing, but it's a little bit of support for the green Piccolo card deck. Then we also have, which hopefully is the same for every colour, we got 2 cards to support the green starter deck. So hopefully every colour, each colour does this for their starters. So hopefully there's 2 in yellow for the yellow starter deck, and same for red or blue. And we've got SS Sun Goten and SS Trunks Unfurled Potential, and then SS Gotenks Beyond Serious. So the Gotenks and Trunks is one of those cards that help you with your Union Fusion. So auto limit 1. If your leader card is green and has Gotenks in its character name, so this is relevant because it means you can still use it when you do a Z Awaken. When this card is placed in your drop area from your hand by Union Fusion, you may choose one of your leaders, and it gains 5k power for the turn. So that gives you a little bit of a boost on your lead to make it 20k swing when you Z lead as well, or even then after you Z lead. And then also when this card is placed in your drop area from your Z energy from the game, this is relevant because just like Drum, you get to combo it for free from your drop because of activate battle limit 1. If your leader card is a green card with Gotenks in its character name, and one of your green cards with Gotenks in its character name is in a battle, use this card in a combo from your drop, and at the end of a battle send this card from your drop out to your warp. So essentially, if you're playing the Gotenks deck and you swing with a Gotenks battle card, you can free combo this from your drop, and then to avoid it being warped from your drop at the end of the battle, you can then use it to charge in your Z energy at the end of the battle, which is quite cool. And then we have SS Gotenks Beyond Serious. So this is Deflect and Union Fusion for 1 green, where you draw a card as the cost, and then you basically use a green Goten and green Trunks from your hand. So it's quite nice. You get to trigger the effects of some of the Gotenks and Trunks cards that you use in Union Fuse, and you get the draw card. So you're sending 2, you're replacing one of them and playing, and then you got the activate main, where if your leader card is green and has Gotenks in his character name, and you remove one of your Ghost tokens from the game, you get to draw 1 card, then choose up to 1 or 2 effects, where you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards to KO it, or you choose up to one of your opponent's unisons and remove a marker from it. So this is fantastic. So you're technically not really losing anything from this, because you activate Union Fusion by paying 1 green and drawing a card, then discarding a Gotenks in Trunks, and then hopefully trigger their effects of whatever effects they have. So you've lost 1 card from hand technically, or maybe not, depending on what the Gotenks Trunks do. And because you lead, and you Union Fuse, you get to play a token, and then you get to use the activate main to remove the token, draw a card, so you've lost nothing from hand now, and then either pop one of the battle cards, or remove a marker from a unison, and then swing with a 16k. And this can't be stopped from coming in because of the Deflect. So that's pretty cool. That's really, really nice. And then we have the Z cards from the green. So the Z cards that weren't the Z Awaken leader, we have Son Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, Turtle Skull Inheritors, and Frieza, Resurrected Ambition. So the Goku and Krillin and Yamcha card is a free cost that requires 2 Z energy, and Frieza is 2 that requires 1 Z energy. So how to play these cards? They have to be in your Z deck, and essentially you play the energy cost. So for Goku, Krillin, Yamcha, you pay 3 energy, and Frieza you pay 1, and then you also pay as well as the energy cost, the Z energy. So you got to pay 3 of your normal energy for the Goku and Krillin, and send 2 cards from your Z energy to your drop. And for Frieza, it's pay 2 energy and then send 1 card from your Z energy to your drop, and then play this card from your Z deck. And remember, Z deck is similar to a Yu-Gi-Oh! Extra deck, where you have 7 cards. Well, you have 7 cards in it. You can check at any point in time, and you can play them whenever you meet the requirements to pay their costs. So for Goku, it is Deflect with an activate main, where if your opponent has 3 or more energy and you place 1 Turtle Skull card from your Z energy in its own drop area, you get to play 1 green Turtle Skull card with 2000 power that doesn't have Master Roshi and which you haven't played this turn from your deck with its keyword skills to get it for the turn. They shuffle your deck. So this is way how you cheat out the skills improved versions of Krillin, Yamcha, and Goku by using this. And all you got to do is sacrifice 1 of your Z energy once your opponent hits 3 or more. But it does lose the keyword skills, but then I think it was only Krillin that really had keyword skills, so that's not too bad. And then we got Frieza, Resurrecting Ambition, which is Deflect Double Strike. I think most of the Z battle cards have Deflect, which is quite cool. So you're not because when they're removed from the battle area, they're removed from the game, and we're still unsure about like where they go if they do get stopped if they don't have Deflect. But most of them do have Deflect. He's got 2 autos. First one is when it's played, you choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 5 or less and KO it. So at any point you've got access to removal for 5 or less in green. That's quite nice. And then the other auto is once per turn, place 1 of your Z energy in its owner's drop. When one of your other green battle cards with energy cost 2 or more attacks, your opponent discards 1 card from hand. So you got once per turn, making your opponent discard, which is quite cool. And also, I think we do need to note that I think it's been confirmed mostly because we haven't got the full detail about the Z energy, but we're still waiting for the updated Q&A, which gets close to when the set gets revealed. There's no color requirement on the Z energy. You just got to send any 2 cards from your Z energy from the Z energy to the drop for these. So even though it shows green, the only green required cards is the specified cost for the normal energy cost. And then we go on to the blue cards we got revealed today. So we're starting getting the Otherworld cards with blue. We're gonna get Piccolo tomorrow, but today we got the Son Goku Lead and some of the cards for his part of the blue archetype. So he goes from Son Goku to Son Goku, another world fighter. So it's not Otherworld because it's gone for the Japanese version, which is another world fighter. It would be cool to have Otherworld. But on the front side, Goku has a permanent where you can't include black battle cards in your deck, so you can have, well, you just can't have black battle cards in your deck. So you can't have black battle cards for like the tech choices like Masen, Kortsukai, things like that, or even Overwhelm, which is something a little bit different we've not had before. And it also has the trait of a Saiyan and another world Budokai, because it's from that part. And he's got an active main where once per turn you discard 3 blue another world Budokai cards from your hand and then draw 3 cards. You essentially just ditch in 3 to draw 3 to fill for your deck. But then we'll see how that's a benefit when we get to the other side. And its awakening is when your life is at 4 or less, or there are 3 or more Angel Halo in your drop area, so that's the extra cards you see on screen. You may draw 1 card, untap 1, and then add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 to left life. So that's not too bad. And then you flip over, of course. And then when you are flipped over, you now have an auto and 2 activate mains. First one is auto. You discard 1 card in your hand as a cost. When this card attacks, you draw 1. Now it doesn't seem great at the moment because you're essentially discarding a card to draw 1. You're not plussing, but we don't know much of the archetype at the moment. So we could have cards that when you discard them, you get effects to do things. So hold off judgment until we see more of the cards next week. But it does have 2 activate mains, where first one being you send 2 blue another world Budokai cards from your drop to your warp. You get to add up to 1 Angel Halo from your drop to your hand. So you get to get back to keep recycling this Angel Halo, which is interesting. And then you get activate battle once per turn. Choose up to 2 blue another world Budokai cards with 5k combo power from your warp in a combo, and they get minus 3k combo power and have the skills to get for the turn. So you get to use the first activate main in your turn to warp 2 of them from your drop to get back this Angel Halo, and then you get to use those 2 cards from your warp in a combo using the activate battle. They get the skills to get it and become 2k combo power instead of 5k combo power. but then you get the combo. One goes at the end of the turn, one goes to drop, so you can refuel the first activate main, and the other one goes to the energy if you want to, which is pretty cool. So you get easy ways to charge your Z energy and keep like filtering free combo power, which is quite cool. Then we have an Angel Halo, which is the extra card that lead revolves around. So as an activate main with limit 1, so you can use it once per turn, like across all copies of the card. And that allows you to choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards and give it a 1k power boost for the battle. But if you have a mono blue Z battle card in play, the chosen card you choose with this gets an extra 4k power for the battle. So normally it's just a 1k battle, which can be enough to outcombo attack. But if you've got a mono blue Z battle card in play, it becomes a 5k boost you're given for the battle. So that's quite interesting. And it is a 0 cost extra card as well. Or 0 cost extra, as they're saying now. Then we got some of the other supports. We got a Unison in Vegeta, a Netherworld Warrior. So I think this is more from the Janemba Saga, because yeah, because this when he dies in Yukiman, it's normally in the Janemba Saga. But it's a 1 cost 6k Unison with Empower Blue 3. And his also on the card is when if this card has 3 or more markers on it, when this card is played, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to the bottom to his owner's hand. So bouncing, which isn't great. Like in a game where you got summoning sickness, that's not too bad. But in this game where there's no summoning sickness, you can attack straight away. Bouncing by the hand isn't good. But it does have a +1 and a -4. So it's +1 is activate main, draw a card, then bottom deck a card from your hand. So you're filtering through. You're not gaining anything. You're just filtering through, which is not too bad, not the worst. And then his activate main, which is -4, is choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. Then you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards when she costs a 3 or less, ignore a barrier, and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. So this is kind of similar to Demigra's, the Demigra Unison's -3, but it's -1, but it's not carrying its bottom decking, which is not too bad. So it is not too bad as barrier removal after which blue does need, because it's removing 2 things and 1 for barrier, but it's 3 or less for a barrier, which is sometimes enough for what you want for things like the slug in yellow. Then we have North Kai here to cheer, which is a way to help fulfill your alternate away condition if you lead and just help do stuff really. So it's a barrier 1-drop 4k. With an activate main, once per turn, place up to 1 Angel Halo from your deck and you drop it and shuffle your decks. This is how you keep filtering through to get the Angel Halos in your drop to awaken sooner at a higher life. And then the other activate main is by paying 1, you choose 1 or 2 effects. You either look for your deck, look for your life, and place up to 1 Angel Halo from your drop into your drop. Then if you place a card from your drop from your life, you get to add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life, then shuffle your deck. So it's kind of like how the Shenron leads were able to look in their life of the Dragon Balls and have that advantage of knowing what's in their life. This kind of does the same, but if you do have Angel Halo and send it from your life to your drop, you do get to replace that life and not lose a life, not basically crit yourself a life, which is quite nice. And the other option you get out of those for that activate main is also place it to 1 Angel Halo from your deck in your drop and shuffle your deck. So it's just there to help put the Angel Halos from your deck or life to your drop. Then after that, it's not really useful. Yeah, unless you put the Angel Halos back. Oh, I forgot there's the other one. So we got the other card, which is like a big boss card for the Goku deck, is SS Son Goku and Everworld Blitz. This is a 6 cost 30k with all the keyword skills. So it's got Deflect, Triple Strike, Barrier, and Blocker. So first of all, we got Barrier and Deflect, which should be on the same battle card, which is nuts. And then we got Triple Strike and Blocker, so we already know just from those keyword skills it's going to be very strong. It's also got an auto. When it's played, you draw 1 card, so it replaces itself in hand already. And when you then get to choose up to X of your opponent's battle cards, where X is the number of extra cards in your drop area, and place them at the bottom of your own deck in any order. Like, all that's missing from that is removing Barrier to be just too OP, but still, this is dumb. You get the draw card, and then bottom deck cards in your opponent's battle area up to the number of extra cards you have. It's a good thing it doesn't go through Barrier. That's really good. It doesn't. That'd be too bad. That'd be too good. And it's also got another auto where limit 1. At the end of your turn, you get to switch this card to active mode, then untap one of your mono blue energy as well. So similar to that Z battle card we got from the Trunk Star, which is interesting. And then activate main and play it for cheaper is by paying 4 blue. If there are no battle cards in your drop area, I was misreading this as in play for it to be like crazy generic, but it's if there are no battle cards in your drop and you pay it 4 blue, you get to play this card from your hand, which is something the lead can kind of do pretty well. So for just when you get the 4 energy, you can drop this big ass 30k triple striker that can't be stopped and is hard to interact with, that can then draw a card and bop next to your opponent's cards, then swing for a 30k triple striker. At the end of the turn, gets to restand himself and untap on your energy, ready for you to just have blue shenanigans. That's pretty strong already. And then we got the Z battle card we got revealed for blue, which is SS Son Goku Awaken Onslaught. So for this card, you need to pay 1 of your energy and send 3 cards from your Z energy to drop, play it from your Z deck. And it's got an auto when you place 1 of your Z energy to Zer's drop for the cost. Then at the end of the turn, you get to remove this card from the game, and then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less, and place it at the bottom of Zer's deck. That's not too bad for technically 1 energy and 3 combo and 3 swings that need a combo. It's remove something 5 costs or less. But it's at the end of the turn though, so if it's not there. But then you don't have to pay the cost if you want to do it anyway. And technically does cost 4 cards and use the energy to do all this as well. Then the other effect it's got is an activate main once per turn. If your leader card is mono blue and you discard 1 extra from your hand, extra meaning extra card, you draw cards, so you're filtering through, and then you gain critical for the turn. So you can get a 1 cost 15k crit attacker, then cycle from cards from your hand, which is quite interesting. So that's pretty cool, and that'd probably be one if I do add Z. If I do have the Z battle cards and stuff to the Z deck, this will probably be going in. Probably. And then we have the secret rare that's revealed from San Diego Comic Con as well, which is the first of the 3 is Barlock, Origin of the Legend. It's an 8 cost 40k with ultimate, deflect, double strike, and dual attack. Deflect is nice, meaning it won't be stopped from coming into play, and dual attack, double strike means you're putting a lot of pressure, especially on a 40k body. And it's got 2 activate mains. The first one is how you play it for cheap, because you don't want to pay 8 for this. You get to pay 3, and if your leader card is a same card and your opponent has 3 or more energy, you play this card from your hand and then choose it to 1 of your opponent's cards, switch it to rest mode. So that's any card, that could be energy, battle card, unison, leader, any card, switch to rest mode, as long as it hasn't got barrier. But switching your opponent's energy is making what you're going to do. And then after you swung twice with this, you're going to get the use the ever activate main, which is remove this card from the game, then choose it to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, KO them, and then during your opponent's next turn, they can only attack 1 more time with battle cards. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. It does 3 energy is more costly than some other secret rares we've got, but still for 3 energy, a 40k double strike dual attacker for 3 energy to get 2 40k swings that are double strike that can't be stopped from coming into play. That then also taps down 1 of your opponent's cards and then can make himself disappear. The KO 2 your opponent's battle cards in rest mode, ignoring barrier, and then make it so your opponent can only attack with 1 battle card for the next turn is pretty decent. It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it is still a decent card. Still a decent secret rare. So I know I think people have already started judging, or probably will judge this as being bad, because like how we saw with Baby Hatch, people saw something different that wasn't the best but still pretty good, and just assumed it would be terrible because it didn't win in the game, until they realised that it actually is a busted to just end your opponent's turn to start your own turn after you just started and swung once. And then we have the webcam locals. So we got week 16, we had the results. So we had 12 people playing, and we had quite a variation of decks. We got more meta decks this time around because of the prizing being added, thanks to Duke's Gaming. So we had the winner being U7 Goku, winning from Shimon going 4-0. Then we had the next 3 people going 3-1, being Iratorum on Android 16, Olika on U7 Goku, and Jin Giovanni on Green Caller. And then from 5th to 8th, we had the guys who went 2-2, including myself, being Peter Dance on Quarter Mill, Francesco on Rildo, me on Set 1 Golden Freezer, and then Fake Luke on Brewery Swap. And then from 9th to 11th, we had the ones that went 1 win, 3 losses, with Damien on Mono Sin, Seno Sin Mill, Johnny on Jimmy Mill, so at least 3 mil decks in the tournament, and then Dan on his yellow trunks, and then we got Big O coming in for a respectable last place with his set 2 Barlock. He's forced to play going 4 losses and no wins, because I think he played against a lot of meta decks, and then lastly against Brody Swap, which doesn't seem like a nice thing to have. But that's it for this week. So that is all the spoilers from this week and the webcam results. We also had a German regional today that happened. I think it had 51 players, which will probably be covered by the lookout with lists and placing stuff. So check out them to see that. The link down to their channel will be down below. And you also have a giveaway going because they just hit 700 subscribers. Congratulations, which you should go and check out too. So that's it for today and for this week. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links below that I've gone over in the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.